Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is 𝔬𝔠𝔥, and today's video is going to be my updated bookshelf tour. As you can see, I have lots of books to go through. The last bookshelf tour that I did, I had my old shelf, so I haven't done one since I've gotten all new shelves and accumulated some more books. I read all kinds of genres, so we have manga, fantasy, romance, thrillers, dark romance, that kind of thing. So I'm gonna try and take you through all of my books, and I hope you enjoy watching this video, and thank you for clicking on this video. If you are new here, don't forget to like and subscribe, and yeah, thank you for being here. So without further ado, let's get started on the tour. So first off, we have this shelf, which is just Edgar Allan Poe, and then I have 2 Living Dead dolls there. And then we have this shelf, which is kind of organized by like aesthetic. So like a V.E. Schwab, and then a Dracula. This edition of Dracula is really cool. It has like bat sprayed edges. I have not read Vicious or A Darker Shade of Magic, still on my TBR. And then we have my Empire of the Vampire shelf. Kind of speaks for itself. I really like this book. This is Gabriel de Leon, Candle. I have never burned it. Maybe when the second Empire of the Vampire book comes out, maybe I will burn it. And then directly below that shelf, we have Fruits Basket. This is a new favorite manga of mine. I know it's not a new series, but I recently read it and watched all the seasons. I love this manga a lot and I highly recommend it. Okay, and I'm kind of realizing it's harder to go up and down. It's gonna be easier for me to just like go across. So let me change my method of how I'm doing this. Okay, so on this shelf we have my Lord of the Rings, Hobbit. I have this book. It just has a bunch of like Lord of the Rings art. The 𝐋𝔬𝔠𝔥,
which I have not read yet.
Honestly, I don't know anyone who has read it, but it's a really pretty book. And then we have the Shadow and Bone trilogy, which I'm not a fan of. I think this is out of order. Yeah, not a fan of that trilogy, but Six of Crows, however, obsessed. Crooked Kingdom, obsessed. Ninth House is on my fall TBR. Haven't read King of Scars or Rule of Wolves, but I have read some of this book. This is like a series of short stories, like fairy tales, and it's pretty cute. Moving over, we have the special editions of the Crave series. These are really gorgeous. These are from Bookish Box, I believe.
And they took like 2 years to get here, so.
And then moving over here, we just have some like older YA stuff. So like Hush Hush, Raven Boys, and then a few of these are actually like special editions. So
I think this is Owl Crate. I think this is also Owl Crate. This is also Owl Crate.
I haven't read any of these. I have read Ace of Spades. This is my second edition of it. I have the US edition as well. I love this book. Babysitter's Coven. I have the second one too. I don't know why it's not with this one. I haven't read it yet. Not my problem. This is I believe young adult sapphic, so I really do want to read that. A Little Life. I don't talk about that book. The Kite Runner I have not read, but I've heard good things. Black Sun, I've heard great things. I'm really excited to read it. Y'all, I know it sounds like I haven't read any of the books on my shelf.
I swear I have.
Anyway, so Arrow to the Moon, that was a fairy loot. Afterlove, also fairy loot. Have not read it. Blood Scion, I started this book and I stopped reading it. Not necessarily a DNF, I just like wasn't in the mood. And then coming over from that, we have Lore Olympus. And then on this top shelf over here, honestly, this is not really like finalized. I still have Nerdy Ink dust jackets that I need to put on my Percy Jackson series. And then we just have my original Crave books. So then directly below that, we have some fantasy books. I have read a few of these. Some of them I haven't read. So like Little Thieves, I haven't read that. Firecreeper's Daughter, haven't read that. Legendborn I've read. Prior of the Orange Tree, I really like that book. There are talking dragons and it's sapphic. I have read Song of Achilles, Ace of Spades, Year of the Witching. I have not read these Violet Lights. I've heard mixed reviews. And then We Hunt the Flame, I've also heard mixed reviews, but I'm still excited to read that. And we have Gilded Wolves, Ray Bear, Ember in the Ashes. Yeah, most of these I haven't read. The only ones I have read are The Shadows Between Us and basically these. On this shelf we just have Goosebumps. It's like thriller-ish. I think it's mostly thriller, except for Cruella that's on the top here. I've read Southern Book Club, I really liked it. I've read Salem's Lot and these Goosebumps, obviously. But everything else I have not read yet, TBR. And then moving over to this shelf, I have a lot of my rom-coms. This is where I keep like my rom-coms and romances that I have not read yet. So over here we have the Full Tilt duet, Today, Tonight, Tomorrow. That's a young adult. Some of these are young adult and it's kind of mixed in. They're not really organized. Lock and Key by Sarah Dessen, Fault in Our Stars, Him.
Yeah, so I haven't read any of these.
Normal People, I really want to read, like Super Soon, Charm Offensive, Friend Zone, Shipped. Oh wait, I have read Book Lovers. That's the only one on the shelf that I have read. And then I've started guncle, which is right here. But I just need to get back to it because I like wasn't, I don't know, I got distracted. The book is really good though, so far at least. And then 7 Days in June is on my immediate TBR, which is up here. You can't really see it. And then as well as Boyfriend Material. Directly to the left of that is my Outlander shelf. I love this shelf. I've only read the first book, so I still need to read these 3. I mean, there's more books than just this, but these are the collector's editions that I own, and they're really beautiful. And then directly to the left of that is my Cassandra Clare, and I have read most of these. The only ones I haven't read are Chain of Gold and Chain of Iron. And then I already showed y'all that shelf. So over here is just have this restricted section sign. I thought it was pretty cute. But yeah, that's those shelves. That cute little mug. Coming down to this shelf, a lot of this stuff is not organized. I have a second copy of Legendborn, Kingdom of the Wicked, Kingdom of the Cursed, Bloodleaf. I've read all these. I have not read any Brandon Sanderson, so I need to get on that. They're just very intimidating. And then J. Kristoff, so like the Nevernight series, all-time favorite. Aurora Cycle series. Honestly, not my favorite because it is sci-fi and I'm not a sci-fi girly. And then Stranger Dreamer, an all-time favorite. I have this mug that says, I appear to have misplaced the fucks I give for what you think. That is a quote from Nevernight. I have a Mr. Kindly candle. Honestly, that candle, it smells good, but like, it doesn't smell that good. I don't know how to explain it. It's pretty though. Okay, and then over here I already showed y'all that shelf. So I have read all of these books, so that's great. I can finally say I read all the books on this shelf. Once Upon a Broken Heart, all-time freaking favorite, highly recommend. Caraval by Stephanie Garber, same author, and then Holly Black, the Cruel Prince series. I love that series. And then I just have like some overflow of Cassandra Clare. These are special edition jackets for the Infernal Devices. Freaking obsessed with that series. And then moving over, we have Jennifer Armentrout, just like from Bull and Ash stuff. I really do love this shelf just because like this little dragon guy, girl thing, whatever, reminds me of the little baby dragons in A Shadow in the Ember. And I just thought it was perfect, so I put it there. Then I have some candles, the dark one, Hawk, and Poppy. None of them have ever been burned because I'm ridiculous like that. So then moving over from that shelf is another shelf that I have read majority of these books. I've read all of them except Luna and the Lie, Dear Aaron, and Misconduct. Those are the only ones I have not read on the shelf. So That's an accomplishment. I have 2 copies of Wall of Winnipeg and Me. Yeah, I love that book. This book Boyfriend Candle, which is pretty cute if it'll focus. And then I have a signed copy of Wall of Winnipeg. And then Penelope Douglas. So I do have one signed copy of Penelope Douglas. It's just like the Credence special edition one.
Which is ironic because that's like the only Penelope Douglas book I really didn't like.
And then we have Things I Want to Say by Monica Murphy. Absolutely love. That's a really good high school bully romance if you're into that. Same for this one. I love this book. 2 of my favorite Sophie Lark books, There Are No Saints and There Is No Devil. And the covers are really cool. And then moving over to this shelf, some dark romance. So Rhapsodic. I need to finish the series because I really did like that book. Her Soul to Take. Her Soul to Take is really good.
Like, oh my god, the trash. If you can hear the trash man outside my front door, I'm sorry.
Black Sunshine. This is also on my fall TBR. Hate by Tate James. This is a special edition cover. Pretty cool. Haven't read it yet. Love Letter to Whiskey. That is on my immediate TBR. I need to read that. Neon Gods. Beautiful Bastard. Haunting Adeline. Mindfuck series. Absolutely so good. Highly recommend it. Real by by Kennedy Ryan. I really like that book too. It's really good. So then we have my
Crap, what is the series called?
Ravenhood trilogy. Oh my god. I almost called it the Flock trilogy. So I have Ravenhood trilogy. Absolutely love. These are my Tobias and Dominique candles. If it will focus. Apparently, there you go. And randomly I have The Witcher right next to this. I don't know why. I
Can't explain the things on here.
The Miles High Club series, so good. The only one I didn't like is the Casanova. I did not care for that one. Moving over, we have one of my favorite shelves. And I'm proud to say I have read every single book on this shelf, except for Pack Up the Moon. I kind of DNF'd that. Well, I didn't really DNF it. I shelved it, but that's the only book that I haven't fully read on the shelf.
Oh wait, that's a lie. One Last Stop.
Is still on my TBR, but everything else I have read. Heartstopper is an amazing coming-of-age queer graphic novel, and it also has a really good show. One of the best adaptations I've ever seen. It's so good. Spanish Love Deception, 6 stars. Delilah Green, 6 stars. Love in Other Words, almost 6 stars. Like, I want to say that book is 6 stars for me. Maybe it's 5, 6. I don't know. I have to reread it. And then just some other really popular romances. It Happened One Summer. I really love that book. The Love Hypothesis, Things We Never Got Over, the Summer series, and then Samir Sheridan. Archer's Voice is one of my all-time favorites. I love that book. And then coming over here, we have my Addicted series shelf. I absolutely adore this series. I still need to read the Bad Reputation duet, but I'm gonna do that really soon. I really want to read the Leica series, and I have to read Bad Reputation first, which I'm so excited to read. Willow and Garrison's story. But yeah, highly recommend. This series is like a contemporary romance that is very, very character driven. It's so good. I'm telling you, it pops off. And then coming over here, we have another one of my favorite shelves.
I have read every single book on the shelf.
It's basically ACOTAR. Yeah. This really cute table from chapter 55. Obsessed with this. This is from Nook Knack Shop. It's so cute. And then Cassian and Rhysand. I wish that I had Azrael, but I just don't have him yet, so I need to get him. And then moving over, I think I already talked about Fruits Basket, so we're just gonna go over one more. So this shelf is like mainly old young adult fantasy. So the Cinder series, the Vampire Academy series, and the Lux series by Jennifer Armentrout. I love that series. I still need to finish it though. Like, I think I have Opposition left, and then the spin-off series to read. So I need to get on that. So then below that shelf, we have mostly manga. So yeah, this is all manga actually. Well, except for this is just a graphic novel. Everyone's an alien when you're an alien too. The Demon Slayer series. And I do have the second Spy Family, but I just read it couple weeks ago, so it's like in my room or something. It's in my bedroom, I think. Snow White with the red hair. I did not like this manga. I'm sorry.
After the Rain, I also did not like that manga.
Horimiya is really cute. I've only read the first one. Hunter x Hunter, Vampire Knight, Blue Period. You know, I forgot that I had that. I need to read that. Attack on Titan is really good, and I disliked No Longer Human. It just like wasn't for me. And then coming over, we have Orange, which is my all-time favorite manga. Highly freaking recommend. Oh my god, it's so good. I bawled my eyes out. Love it. And then A Silent Voice, which I literally got that for Christmas. It's been 6 months and I have not read them. I swear I'm gonna read them soon. And then Woodakoi, all-time favorite. Oh my god, obsessed. The anime, it's a comfort show for me. I love that anime. Love the manga. Tommy, Shiver, and Death Note. Have not read those. And then coming over, oops, that's my finger. More Sarah J. Maas. So Crescent City. Those are my original copies of Throne of Glass and Assassin's Blade. I just keep those. This mug that my husband got me for my birthday one year. It's from Throne of Glass and I love it so much. I have Bryson Hunt candles that have never been burned, of course. The miniature collectors of Throne of Glass. And then I have a Rowan candle and an Assassin candle to represent Selena. And then yeah, my all-time favorite fantasy series. I have a little Terracin candle up there, super cute. And then Manon, because she's beautiful and we love her. And then coming over, this is like just pretty sprayed stenciled edges editions. Have not read this. Only a Monster, Daughter of the Moon Goddess. Have not read that. Have read this. I don't even know why I own this edition because I don't like this book. Defy the Night. I have not read that, but I've heard it's good. 6 to Crimson Cranes. I haven't read it. This is why I got rid of my fairy loot, because I literally would get them and then not read them. Jade Fire Gold. Haven't read it. Oh, look, one that I have read, and I hated this book. These Hollow Vows with Peace and Love. I just did not like it. I thought it was so like vanilla. The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea. Also have not read it, but that is such a pretty book. And then coming over here, I have all my Colleen Hoover. So I have read most of these. The ones I haven't read are Hopeless Without Merit and Layla. I've read everything else. And then Lauren Asher. Oh yeah, I've pretty much read all the books on the shelf, so that's cool. Lauren Asher is one of my new favorite authors. She wrote the Dirty Air series. This is a Formula One series, like the romance, Throttled, Collided, Ragged, Redeemed. And then the Billionaire, Dreamland Billionaire, the Fine Print, and Terms and Conditions. These books are so good. If you don't mind like corniness and cheesiness, highly recommend, because these books were making me laugh the entire time. And then we have the Twisted series by Anna Wong. My favorite from the series so far is Twisted Games. Darling Venom. That book's okay. The gynecologist scene in there just kind of like ruined the book for me, but whatever. Bright Side by Kim Holden, 1,000 Boy Kisses. I still need to read the Briar U series, but I have read all of the Off Campus. The Off Campus series is really, really good. Oh my god, I'm like out of breath and I'm literally sitting down. Okay, so then coming over here, we have my Zodiac Academy. These are the ones that literally don't have any page numbers. I don't know if I will ever even finish the series, to be honest. This is kind of like a romantasy shelf. All of these are like romantasy books, except for the one on the top here, Ruthless Princess. That is a mafia romance. And then over here, honestly, like this shelf is kind of empty, so I just put random stuff, but I do have a couple of books. Super random. I don't know what's going on there. I cannot explain that. Down here, just like a random shelf. This is like gothic kind of stuff. The comic books of Edward Scissorhands. Scary Stories We to Tell in the Dark. I used to love that book when I was a kid, and I could have sworn the book was thicker. It's like such a thin book. Directly below that, because while I'm here, I'll just show you. This is my LJ Shen shelf, basically, except for I also have some mafia romance. Gothicana. Oh my god, you know what? Why is this on the bottom shelf. I love this book so freaking much, as well as 𝐋𝔬𝔠𝔥'𝔰. I love those. Gothic Haunted I recommend if you're not really into dark romance and you kind of are interested in it. I think that's like a good one to start with because it's not that dark. It's mostly like dark academia. I just need to read these, but I've read everything else. So then coming over here, this is just like a random shelf. Oh, there's the second that needs to be with its big sister. But for now it's right here. A lot of these I have read. Clown in a Cornfield, I was supposed to read that last year and then I never did. So I need to read that. I need to read this. And I also need to read these, basically all of these. Keeper of Night is really good. And coming over, we have my Twilight special editions, I guess. They're just dust jackets from Bookish Box.
They're kind of cool.
And then this is like my classics shelf because I'm a scholar.
No, just kidding.
I've read like the short stories in these special editions here. I've read some of the short stories and some of the poems and stuff, but I haven't read them like cover to cover. Dracula I've read twice or 3 times now. And yeah, some just like pretty editions of books that like I have never read, such as Wuthering Heights. And then moving over, we have my little miniature thriller section. I just think that this section is so cute. I mean, I have the other thriller section, but this is like all book of the month basically, except for Bunny and Pretty Girls over there. So the ones on my immediate TBR would have to be Gone Girl, Pretty Girls, and Bunny. Also Razorblade Tears, The Golden Couple. Honestly can't tell you about if I will ever read that. Reckless Girls, I've heard such bad things that I'm just like, will I ever read it? Probably not. You know what, actually I'm gonna do something kind of real quick. I really don't know why I just did that, but it's cool because now I have these 5 that I need to read. I'll probably read them this fall, like during spooky season or something. And then moving over,
Don't come at me because I have, look, there's no organization
within my bookshelves. I just go by like what fits, okay? So we have the After series and then we have some like historical fiction such as 7 Husbands. We have Piranesi, whatever, however the hell you pronounce it, which is really good. This is like an adult fantasy. It's a really weird book, but I loved that book. Ooh. Daisy Jones and the Six, amazing. Never been done before. Song of Achilles, so good. Circe was not for me. You've Reached Sam is still on my TBR. I don't even know why it's over here.
Why is Wings of Ebony right there?
I don't know, but that's a good book. It's a good young adult fantasy. The People We Keep, haven't read it. Malibu Rising, I still need to read it. Where the Crawdads Sing, I have heard really bad things about the author. I've heard the book is really boring, so like I don't know what to do with that. The Book Thief, Wolf Nation. It's a book about wolves. It's actually a really good book, but it's nonfiction. And then we just have some other random books, so yeah. And then down here is like just random stuff. A bunch of like budgeting books because all that stuff helped me pay off my debt. Howl's Moving Castle is so good. Like it should not be on this bottom shelf.
I don't know why I have that extra copy of Breaking Dawn.
I don't know.
And then over here we have just some like cool vampire shit, you know?
Anne Rice, that's my girl. Dowry of Blood, that book is amazing.
Go read it. Seriously, it's so good.
And then over here we have some other, just like mostly young adult, I think. Grave Mercy, that's a good book. I had fun with it. Bone Houses is pretty good if you're looking for something spooky. It's not that spooky actually, but whatever. Yeah, these are like mostly young adult books that are on my TBR. I still have never read a Kristen Hanna book, so I need to do that. And then we go into
the dark days.
So if you can relate to this shelf, raise your hand. The House of Night. I'm pretty sure I have the entire series. I don't know where they are though, because this is not the whole series.
And then, you know, this is where some books come to die.
Like truly, this shelf, I'm sorry about it.
I think I just finished my bookshelf tour.
If you made it this far, you can leave a coffee emoji because I'm gonna go and make myself some coffee. Or maybe I'll go to Dunkin' Donuts.
As a reward.
Their butter pecan iced coffee is
So good.
so maybe I'll treat myself. And then I need to edit this video. But thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like this video. It really helps my channel. And to subscribe. Let me know if you saw any books that are your favorites, and I will add them to my TBR if I haven't read them already. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.